Hello, can you see me and hear me? Welcome to my channel. I am Mama Cat. Very nice to have you. Let's see. So hot. Hi Shaz, you alright babe? How you doing? Just sharing it a bit. Oh, it's so hot. Hi Diana. It's hot, isn't it? How are you? Oh my god, it's so hot. It's like cooking here. Last night was like torture. Hey Jim, you alright? Hi Shandy, you alright babe? How you all doing? Oh. Oh my days, it's so hot. It's finally hot here too. Yeah, you had rain, didn't you? We had like a bit of rain last night, but it really didn't do much. I was like hoping for a storm, a proper storm, but yeah, no, we need it. It's definitely coming. I've put the rest of this thing together. I'll show you. I put all the handles on. Ta-da. And I put the hot glue. I used the hot glue to make sure they're nice and sturdy in there. I've missed you guys a lot. It's been dead quiet. I've been sat watching Outlander. I don't know if any of you know it. But, I've been watching Outlander on Amazon Prime, and oh my god, I think I'm in love. I want a man in a kilt next. How are you doing, Shandy? Oh, my knees hurt, so I'm going to sit down. Hi, Claire, you right, babe? Nice to see you all. So hot. As you can see, I'm like struggling. So I'm just going to put this last side of this, except for Phoenix wants to come in. It's all right, Claire, you're only a few minutes behind. Come on in, you. Come on before Kitten gets out. Quick, quick. Buddy, say hey. Say hi. Hi, Gooch. You want to go out now? Of course you do. Go on then, mate. It's like I'm a yo-yo for that window now. I missed a good live, did I? Yeah, I didn't get to see it, but I've been getting so into this bloody Outlander, but that's pretty much what I've been doing is sat watching that because let's face it, the drama on YouTube hasn't been very healthy recently. You want to go out, my Coco? Give Mum a kiss. Go on, you Bubba. Lovely. Ooh. Was it good though, Claire? Was it all about sex? Your legs are still killing you here. Been watching Men in Kilts. I have. Jamie Fraser is a bit hot, isn't he? I've got a wheelchair, but I don't use it at the moment. Thank God. The most frustrating thing about having to use a wheelchair, or even this walker, like I use the walker when I need to, but I've got to have all the doors widened so as I can use a wheelchair and a walker. It's frustrating, like, because I try and use it and then end up having to hold on to walls instead anyway. Trying to work out what way I'm going. Love a good man in a kilt. I must admit, I didn't realise quite how sexy they could be until watching this Outlander. You had to use it twice. It sucks, doesn't it? But it is what it is, and you'll get through it. I'm sure you'll get back out of it as soon as you can. That's right. Got a scooter. I did have a scooter for a little while. I'm meant to be getting one, like a local charity wants to give me one, but they were doing it right before COVID, and then COVID messed everything up. So I haven't bothered pursuing it since. Yeah, you got to wear kilts for the weddings and everything, can't you? My mum always used to be putting me in kilts when I was a little girl. This is mostly just fiddly, getting this together. And make sure I'm doing it the right way round, because there's a certain way. Yeah, I'm the same, Claire. Sometimes, like, I've been doing really well, but like, I saw my rheumatologist. Was it yesterday? I went to the rheumatologist. It was, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah. See, I can't even remember what I did yesterday. But yeah, I went to the rheumatologist yesterday, and like they said, it's pretty much because of lockdown that I've done so well, and that unfortunately we can't expect it to carry on like that, because obviously I've already started getting infections and that, and they won't up my meds because of it. Like, to be further immune suppressed would be bigger risk, but I want more meds because it's not really cutting the mustard. I'm having too much pain and swelling. But it is what it is. Is I've been trying to cut down my pain relief as well, and they've just upped them again because of the fact that I'm struggling again. So hopefully that'll help a bit. That's right, Shaz. The Cameron kilt, red tartan with the black jacket. All nice, Jim. I like the red tartan best because red's my favourite colour. And don't be embarrassed about it, babe. You just got to get on with it. Crack on with, like, using a wheelchair isn't about accepting disability. It's about being as able as you can. The chair makes you more able than what you would be if you didn't have the chair. So I have to take folic acid every day as well, Claire. But that's because of the medication I take to deplete folic acid. Hi, Kirsty, you're right, sweet pea. I like that name. Yeah, it's what it is. You just got to crack on in it and live your best life, whatever that is, whether it be in a wheelchair or not in a wheelchair. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like, one thing I have learnt is how grateful I am just to be alive each day. I was starting to forget that for a while. That's why I needed a bit of time out from YouTube. It was getting a bit like the stress of being constantly slagged off and hated on, even when I'm not about. I just don't need it really. I'm fighting for my health at the moment, and I'd rather pay my attention to that and my family than give out so much of myself to dickheads on the internet that hate me. And like, no matter what I say or do or don't do or say, they're going to keep on hating me. So I'm now like, well, I might as well just get on with it and ignore them. But it shouldn't have to be like that for any of us. None of us should have to feel like we're being pushed out of the community. I've never understood what it benefits the community to constantly push people out of it. And all the hate, you know, it's just not necessary, is it? Like, don't hate them. Like, life is too short to hate like that. Wasting your life away, bitching at a computer screen. That one's gone in the wrong way, I think. Feels wrong. Yeah, I haven't looked. I saw one of them, which was good. But I haven't been able to keep up much the last week or two. I've had to just I had to just shut it down somewhat because it was annoying. It was getting on my tits too much. I'll have to watch them after this. Oh, my head hurts. It's too hot. Hi, Sophie. Thank you. That's all right, mate. Don't worry about it. This whole thing has been so much worse than what you did. So, like, I know you didn't want to hurt me, and that's what matters. If you was trying to hurt me, then I'd be concerned. But I know that you weren't. I don't understand that, Claire. Hiya, Nelly. You all right, darling? Yeah, I'm getting there, babe. Getting there. I'm just going to try and crack on. Oh. Yeah, especially like in internet world, you don't always know that like it's a mistake to say the wrong things or to share things or whatever. You know, you think you're just being a friend to a certain people, and there's a lot of underhanded stuff that goes on. I know that you was your intentions were quite innocent. That's all that really matters, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm really tired. At some point, I might have to pop out for like 5 minutes. Um, to do with one of the kids, but I'll just pause it. Like I'll put an advert on or something. I keep forgetting to do that. When I go to the kitchen to make coffee, Remind me that I can play an advert while I'm out there. I think that's quite a good idea, that you can just stick your own advert in as and when it fits, rather than like when it comes up. Do you know what I mean? It comes up when it's by its own choice otherwise, doesn't it? I'd like to publicly shout out some support for Riley at the moment as well. I don't know if anyone saw. If they didn't, please do go and watch Brad, the Antediluvian Files. I will share it actually. Thinking about it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll go and get it. I'll share it. Do go and check out Brad's video or live stream from this morning, or last night in their world. Like my main thing is, I want to say that one, I did know fallen angel Caroline, and rest in peace, sweetheart. I'm sorry that you're gone. You weren't my best friend or anything. I wasn't claiming that you were, but I knew you well enough to be sorry that you're gone. And I know Riley well enough to know that he wouldn't intentionally do anything to hurt anyone. Good girl, Claire. Always keep the energy high. It's all that in your soul. As long as you keep your soul healthy, it'll get you through your battles. Yeah, exactly. Riley, he made a mistake. Like, personally, I don't agree that it was a mistake as such. I think, yes, it is wrong when it's a famous person and everyone jumps on it, and that is just trying to get it for, what's it called? It's all about getting attention and views and money, using someone's death to gain. But seeing people using someone's death to attack and being just bullies is not okay. That's crazy. Absolutely wrong. And I knew her well enough to know that she would not be happy with that. She would be devastated to see what's going on at the moment. It's not her way at all. She was always one of the nice people of the community, always friendly to everyone equally, And there's lots of people like that in the community that try to stay friendly to everyone. I always did as well until New came along. Yeah, Nelly, it is wrong. It's getting too far. It's gone too far. And people are getting to the point where someone's going to hurt themselves. I know how I've felt the last couple of weeks, and I've tried really hard to just stay back, not respond to all the bullshit, but I've had nothing but attacks the whole time that I've been gone. And now, if they really wanted it to stop, surely when I shut up and stayed away, they would have shut the fuck up if they really wanted it to stop. You know what I'm saying? But no, they haven't. They've come at me even harder. And they've attacked like this towards Riley. Like, I can understand anyone that sits there and says, "Oh, I'm not comfortable with you doing that, Riley." That's fine, but like, a lot of the attacks are actually just people that are bullies and want to keep bullying and are bullying all of us. I can't get that in. There we go. Hello, Nevis. You're sitting with Mummy all the time right now, aren't you? You okay, my baby? I think she's really ready to pop. Well, my boy's off college poorly. He's got a cold. Great. I'm half expecting that to hit any time. Claire. Yes, and with Riley. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to get. You only just got notified, Shandy. That's crazy. I tell you what, some of my notifications just are not happening at all. Code Phoenix, what are you doing? Let me get Brad's thingy up. Hey Kirsty, how are you, sweetie? It's lovely to see you. I have missed you all. I don't like staying away like that, but I was giving it a chance. I wanted to see, like, will they stop if I stop? Oh, thank you, Sophie, darling. You know, I thought if I just stop going live, stop talking, and I stopped any comments for about a week. Yep. And I've stopped lives for how long has it been since I've been live? About 2 weeks, isn't it? Copy, paste. Right, there's Brad's live from today. I will pin that. I'll also share it to my community page if you want to go and hit it up later after you've watched me, of course. And then let me see. Yeah, seeing somebody like properly breaking, and I'm not talking about the bullshit that you watch where people are fucking trying attention seeking that. When you can see someone's really breaking, like just stop, for God's sake. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. I'm going to just pretty up the top of that. Where does that go? That's going to go like that. Okay. Black Sharpie or black alcohol marker. Hey, Styler. Oh, it's lovely to see you, darling. Yes. Hashtag stop bullying. Stop the hate. Needs to stop. People are getting hurt badly. It's lovely to see you here. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, so I that was my main concern with you, is that I didn't want to see you start getting the same grief. So yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. You had some blood taken today, did you, Kirst? Is that to check about your heart and that? I know, Sophie, innit? Like, it does feel like being at school, been bullied at school. It's not nice at all. The things that go on. Baz, hello, darling. I honestly thought that if I didn't go live and that, I'd get left alone, that they'd give up in the end, you know what I mean? But obviously not. That's not what they want, even though that's what they claim they want all the time. And now it's just got out of hand, and I feel like I've got to carry on, because otherwise I'm just giving up on my channel because they want me to, and I shouldn't have to do that. I like it. I need you on my streams. Keep it going, girl. I reckon that once you know what's going on, Claire, with your health as well, you'll stand a lot better chance at getting better, like, or at least having some quality of life like I have. You know what I mean? Because like once they get treatments going and that, knowing what's actually wrong, that's the hardest thing with autoimmune disease, is actually getting the right diagnosis first. Claire body's malfunctioning. Yeah, I know. So you've got to be careful, but very hard. It's very hard. Like, I mean, I can't believe, like, I mean, my kids don't even go by their own names on on YouTube, but you know, they got pursued. So for people to go and like track down, like, and attack at my kids about it, it shows the extent that they're willing to go to. Do you know what I mean? Okay, but as much to say. Kirsty likes reading them all. I did ask why the name change, Kirsty. Is it telling me that you're in love? Are you having a relationship with Woody? Don't tell me you're in love with Pinocchio, because I'm not going to be fucking happy if you are. Yes, we do. So. I never know if I should come on to that person's or not. I don't want to cause trouble, and I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of people thinking that it's my fault that they're getting attacked, because like I'm there supporting them. Like immediately that I support someone, like the trolls come in, start giving it grief. I don't like that. I don't want people to think, oh God, every time Cass comes along, trouble comes with her, even though it's not me doing it. Cat hairs everywhere, man. You're a real fairy and you ride the werewolf. Do you know who she's talking about, Baz, or are you just joking? You love the new Fortnite season. Is it good? Is it? I'm trying to get Ash to start streaming Fortnite or any game from his Ash Hamilton account, hopefully. You just wanted to change it. It wasn't like a hint that you've fallen in love or anything, no? Good. I've got hair in my eye. Can't see. Is it crap, Baz? You don't like it? Was it aliens or something? That's right, Shandy. Oh, safe. I can't help it, but I get like, oh my God, this Outlander is so romantic, right? I don't do like romantic stuff. I'm not like the sort of woman that believes in happy ever after and all that, obviously. I think I've made that quite obvious. haven't I, really? You know, my kids have never, my younger kids have never actually witnessed me. They don't remember me in a relationship or anything, so they all think that it's perfectly normal to stay single for life. um, I don't do romance at all, but oh my god, this Outlander is so romantic. Like that, I sat and cried at it and everything. You wouldn't believe it. I've turned totally soft in my old age. The kilt has turned me affectionate and delicate. I've got become all ladylike and started getting all teary over things. Come on, babies. Are you coming in or not? Stop looking at me through the window then. You sit there staring at me like you want to come in. The boys, like both Coco and Phoenix, just sat there staring at me. It's because I'm talking to the screen. It literally does. I didn't know that you Scots were such horny bastards. Actually, I did. Hey, Flicker. Flicker likes Outlander as well, don't babe? Like, honest to God, I never thought I'd get so cooey over a romance type thing. Like every time Jamie fucks her, I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Something just fell off the side. Buddy just knocked something off the side. Buddy, you're lucky you didn't squash the cat then. This is supposed to be for your mummy to sleep in, not for you lot. You're invited to the wedding. Your lucky charms are now. Hello, Kitty Woods. I should build a time machine so I can go and be an Outlander. Yeah, Jamie Fraser's hot. But you're right about Dougal as well. He's kind of hot as well. About as horny as a stroke victim. Hang on, I'm going to mute my mic so I can take a slurp. Ta-da! Aren't I nice? To be fair, my daughter can't handle it even seeing someone take a drink. Like she imagines the sound even though it's not there if she can't hear it. Vikings is horny as fuck as well. I watched Vikings and yeah, that nearly got me in shit. I don't know why. It's just yeah. Highlanders, that's right. Stale Fruit Loops, nice. I bet they tasted gross. I like the Vikings as well, yeah. Murtaugh. You liked him as well. You're English, you couldn't care less. You're a Highlander. See, I want to see Jim in a kilt now. You love a dirty Viking, no do blood included. Oh, exactly. When he whispers Gaelic to her, I'm like, oh. I don't even need to say what I'm thinking, do I? I just like laugh and that. It's obvious enough. Oh, they're always fucking outdoors as well, like, and that's my thing. I've got a thing for public places and stuff. He's like literally always taking her up against the tree or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I want one of them, please. I need that man in my life. I'm literally dying here. So hot. Hang on, let me mute so I can shout at the kid. Ta-da. Am I into dogging? Well, dogging is where you get caught in it or get watched, isn't it? I don't like the idea of actually getting caught. I like the idea of maybe getting caught. Yeah, I was muted so I could talk to one of the kids quickly. The ones that don't exist, you know. Did Ted wear a kilt? Did he wear a kilt like a lot? Because I think they should wear kilts all the fucking time if they have to. Like a bit of rough against him, outlanded dirty bitches, isn't it? Like even when she's got grey hair, she's still like fucking yes, fuck me now. Dogging in the smart car has become a bit of a running joke now for me. You're small. See, my last car that I owned, because at the moment I've got like I borrow my mum's car, like we share her car, because she's now disabled as well and not using it as much. Into there. And yeah, so it's not really my car, and it's got fucking Betty Boop all over it and shit. And but my last car was a Mercedes Benz Estate C Class, which was like it was like a living room, driving living room. Oh, bless Flicker. I bet he looks lovely in a kilt. Not that I know what Ted looks like, but dogging in kilt. But that's what it was. It's so handy, isn't it? Having a kilt on. Like that's why the only reason girls wear skirts, isn't it? Makes it easier for outdoor sex. We're ending up in a bad fucking conversation again. We're going to get called names again. Where's James? Oh, he's at work in English. He's at work being Dorothy. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I thought you'd make a great couple. Like, I can't, like, there's one guy that was sort of eager recently, and he's way tall, really tall, like, and I couldn't imagine dating like a really tall. I did actually date one really tall guy, like the army guy, but I go for smaller blokes myself because I'm small. He's only 5'6". Oh, bless. My boy's 5'7" though. Like his dad was 5'8", so and I'm well short. Like my mum's 4'10" and a half. I'm 5'2" and a half. Yeah, because you're both short, you fit. Oh, is he? Is a slender fella? Is he, our Ted? So I should throw the tartan banging against the rough bark of the tree. Yeah, he don't seem to worry too much about his tartan at the time. Oh, fiddly fingers today. I did have nails on, but then done a load of washing up, lost them all. Is he? Ah, I'm trying to picture him in my head now. 2 peas in a pod and his favourite are. Well hot. Mm. Yeah, I'm just going to mark off all these little areas that are white because I'm pedantic and I know she is as well. How happy are you, babe? Good. Oh. I think that's part of what I like about it, Jim. You like what you like, brave cop. You have never met a real Scottish man. I'm watching it on Prime, Amazon Prime. There's 5 seasons of it, so I've been well into it. Like I've got into, I think I'm season 4 now. I think I'm going to re-watch it as soon as it's finished as well. That's how into it I've got. Yeah, no, it's not, is it? But I was quite fascinated about some of the bits that like I've heard in the Outlander show where I was like, it's interesting. It gave me more interest in knowing about the Scottish history. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like about historical drama is it does breed an interest, even if it does like if people take it for its word, then obviously they're not going to get the true historical facts, are they? But if you gain an interest and then research the real history, I can respect that. I like all Tudors and all historical dramas. I really enjoy, but anything royal as well. I'm well into like historical dramas, the royal ones. Yeah. How many times does he time travel? Who? Braveheart? Or I don't know. David Tennant. Is that what's wrong with Highlander? Is it that it's like historically wrong on dates and stuff? I haven't watched not Highlander, Braveheart. Did I say that? I haven't actually watched Braveheart. I think I did watch it once, but I didn't watch it. Pay attention years ago. I don't know. I haven't seen him. He hasn't time travelled yet. It's the woman that time travels, isn't it? But does he time travel? Like I'm in season. I think I'm in season 4, maybe season 3 still. I don't know. I was watching it like late last night. Well, I've been watching it late every night. No, I've not slept with all the men. You shouldn't have to make that clear, Claire. Yeah, and people that make up gossip like that as well. It's like pathetic. But I think most of us have got to the point now where I doubt we'd listen to much of the gossip and bollocks that goes out of them lot's mouths because it's not true. How I see it is if people can lie about me, I'm pretty sure they're lying about you. Do you know what I mean? Lawn sausage. I buy the lawn sausage so as I can make my own homemade sausage and egg muffins. Yeah, that's true, Nelly. It's, people seem to be thinking they're in a fine position to judge others, and I don't think they are. It's got nothing to do with me. Like when people say, like I've had people say to me, "Oh, look at, like a certain someone tried very hard to make me think Claire was a bad person when I first came back, and oh, look at she believes this, she believes that, she does this, she does that," and it's like none of those things have got anything to do with me. Like I don't care. I don't judge anyone on what they believe or what they do in their own life. That's up to them. Like as long as you don't affect me, I don't care. It's not my business. You know. Like I believe a lot of things, and don't believe some things that other people do believe. And just because you wear crazy makeup and a bit of crazy clothing and stuff doesn't make you crazy either. I've always expressed myself through clothing and hair and stuff. Doesn't doesn't mean anything, does it? Gonna hot glue this in. You're 26, are you, babe? I know you're 26. I sent you a birthday card. Hey, Steph. Nice to see you, darling. Thank you. I'm getting there, mate. Getting there. Just need some time out from it all. Exactly, Claire. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's lots of people online that I've been friends with who have different belief patterns from me. I've been friends with out and out Christians, like full on Christians before, and I really don't go in with the Christian faith, but um, I've managed to maintain good friendships with them, even if I don't agree with what they believe or try and push on people or whatever. But I prefer if people didn't push stuff on me, but you're not pushing anything on anyone. People choose if they want to watch your content and what you believe in. I think it's a bit stupid knowing that I used to always support people like Elemental Encounters who have always had different beliefs. You'd think that people would know I'm not likely to sit and judge another person on that. I see a lot of people have been trying to fight lately to get it believed that I've not been a part of this community for years. Don't know any of you, which is quite comical. There was that one saying to Liz that I haven't been on Riley's for years, which made me laugh because Liz has known me for years. Liz has literally been my friend since I pretty much first come to the paranormal, not far off. Always talked to me, we've always been close. She's one of the only people that has stuck by me through thick and thin, even when she did go and hang out over there. It was a case of because I wasn't around to entertain. Right. Is there any left that's obviously little white patches? Yeah, of course. What are you doing, Wills? Where's Neve? Neighbours? Keeping a close eye on her at the moment. Sorry. But cheeky chat up lines. Oh God, yes, Steph sent me some pics. So good. They're funny. Do you know what it what one reminded me of was is it the Addams Family or the Munsters with the little boy with the hair? No. Baz. You got called 14. Is that what they said about you? Because obviously I don't actually watch. I only get sent sort of snippets if it's like necessary for me to know that something's been said. I don't really take a minute to watch all of their hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of it. Okay. Right, I'm going to be back in a minute, guys. I'm just going to put an advert on, all right? Hello, sorry about that, guys. That took a lot longer than expected. You're right. Hurt now. Jesus. Oh, excuse me while I get my breath back again. You're right, guys. Sorry about that. God, I'm knackered now. So what you all been chatting about then? I won't bother scrolling up. I'll trust you. Oh my days, I'm knackered. I'm not very good at exercising. Had to be done there. Oh, bug on me. Keep getting bitten by mozzies. I'm doing chatting up lines. I think the best chat up line I ever had was off my kid's dad, which was your father a thief? And my dad's a gypsy, so probably. And he was like, because someone stole the stars and took out the sky and put them in your eyes. That was quite cute. I've had better chat up lines actually that were funny, but yeah, right, fuck off. I like that one as well, Shandy. Like, does it every time for me. I'm like, yeah, okay, cope got. I'd much rather, like, I've always been very straight up. Like, I say it, like, like I was the sort of woman that when I was actively like that, that it would be me deciding who I fancied and who I was going to go with. I think I'm a bit of a control freak, really. Men like a bit of the different, don't they? They can't help but chat you up if you look a bit like you might be a bit naughty in bed. And Claire does look like she might be a bit naughty in bed. Sorry, Claire. actually a bit cooler outside now, but it's just in the house is roasting hot. Come in, baby. In you. In. There. Oh gosh, it's hot. I feel gross and like I can't breathe all the time. Nelly, me too. That's exactly how I feel about it. Like even when I get a bit horny or get a bit like romantic in my head, I end up having to smack myself like, fucking don't be stupid, you silly girl. You know better than that. But then I feel bad because I often forget that young people are much more innocent to it all, and we've all got to go through that rite of passage, I suppose, of believing that love makes the world go round. We all wanted to be the princess who met her prince at some point in our lives, didn't we? I think I grew out of it very early on. Okay, I think I've got it all. Let me see if I've got any messages while I was away, but I did. Oh, my head hurts really bad. Oh, there's important information from the school that I should probably read. No messages, good. I keep getting people trying to phone me and stuff while I'm filming. You think everyone would be used to the idea that I'm constantly filming or live at the moment. I've filmed lots and lots of a new diamond painting. I'm going to film the whole thing and do the whole thing sped up. I'm going to do some, that means Sophie are going to work together at some point in the near future. Do some like duet lives, which will be fun. Crafting ones. Would Nelly be keen on joining us in the crafty session at any point? depends what way you look through here as to whether or not you can see the white. I'm well pedantic about it. Ta-da. Not literally, unfortunately. You'll get there though. So, do you know what I mean? Distance can only hold you back for so long. And to be honest, holding back is one of the finest arts of developing a good relationship. I think one of the biggest things in this day and age, not to be too unpolitically correct, but we tend to jump straight into bed these days, or like the younger generation do. And I think it's hard actually to say no to that because it's sort of expected now that people are willing to have sex pretty much on the first night. But the thing is, and yeah, because the horn takes over. Like most experiences of believing that you're in love are actually the horn. It's not real love. It's lust, And I think you get head over heels in those early days, don't you? You think that they're the most perfect thing ever because you don't really know them. And you don't, it takes years to get to know someone, really. And when you're away from each other initially and you haven't got that opportunity to jump into bed with each other, it means that you actually get to know each other a whole hell of a lot better, especially across the internet. I think you get to know someone on a much deeper level via talking on the internet than you do in real life, because in real life people are putting on this false like facade because they're nervous or whatever, or they're trying to be what they think you want them to be. And online you tend to get to know like the inner workings of a person's mind instead of just how they look or behave on first impressions. I think you get a more wholehearted view of a person. And by the time you get to meet him, you're going to know really 100% that you're ready and you want to. Do you know what I mean? Whereas most people end up having sex and then thinking, oh, I wish I hadn't have jumped into bed with him or her, because it didn't work out. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised, Nelly, I must admit. It's funny actually because there's only been one that I've had. I've had 7 proposals of relations of different natures within the last year, and only one of them has been my own age. All of them have been younger, not like all of them massively younger or anything, but like all of them have been younger than me, which I've been surprised about. I didn't really think that I'd be attractive to younger boys or men. They're all boys. They're still boys. 50-year-olds are still boys, aren't they? They just don't grow up at all. My daughter said something funny yesterday. She was arguing with her lad, like, and I said, but he is a man. He's just like responding like a typical bloke, you know what I mean? Without like, he doesn't mean offence, but he's just being a bloke. Like, blokes don't work the same as women. And she was like, maybe I should just be fully gay then, because she's bisexual. She was like, did make me chuckle because that's very much the sort of thing I used to be like. Fuck it, then I'll just I'll go and do it elsewhere. And honeymoon period is brilliant, isn't it? It's like if only the whole relationship could be like the honeymoon period. I don't blame you, Claire. I grew a eucalyptus tree to 150 foot from a seed. Welcome back, Jazz. Sorry about that. I went off like to go and sort my son out as well. So see, I can't believe, like Nelly, it's so hard, isn't it, when you've really believed in this relationship for such a long time to turn out that it was all like, must be devastated. Like, I can only imagine. Do you know what I mean? My longest relationship was 10 years, but to spend 30 years of your life with someone, like my mum done the same. She spent 30 years with this man. They seemed to me to be the perfect couple, and then he left her for like a woman that looked bloody awful compared to my mum. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? Um, I really believe that he truly loved her. Like, she basically had chosen him over her children over the years. She knows that that's wrong now, but she regrets it. But you know, it's damaged my relationship with my mother irreparably to some extent. The fact that she always chose her marriage over us, and then he just up and left her when she most needed him, just as she was becoming disabled, and it's devastating, isn't it? So much of a life just wasted. I hope he gets his I hope he gets what he deserves out of it though, Nelly. Oh, Steph, that's lovely. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, so just go in, enjoy every step of it, because that's the thing, is that it changes all the time, but you can just enjoy it for what it is. Like, relationships don't always last forever, but it doesn't mean that they can't be well worth having. You know what I mean? It might not be perfect, it might not last forever, but it might be the relationship that changes who you are into the person that you want to become. Sometimes the splitting of a relationship is what makes you the person that you needed to become. It was for me, like, for me learning to become single and be happy on my own, it was life altering, really life altering. See, every time I turn it around, I can see more white. Am I just driving myself insane now? Okay, friends before anything. Yeah, John wants me to cook his tea and wash his clothes. Yeah, and that's the thing. We do come, like, you become in a relationship, no matter how loving it is and everything. You do become that you sort of take advantage of each other. This is what I was trying to explain to my daughter, darling, bless her heart. That, you know, a relationship changes as you grow and get older. Relationships do change in the way that you behave towards each other, and that you can't keep the you can't keep that, what's it called, honeymoon period forever. It doesn't work like that. It has to settle into something more life, where you just get on with life. Nice, nice. Actually, I need this over here. Oh my god. Now, how am I going to do this to get you to see it all? I'm going to plug in my hot glue gun. suppose if you have money, like one of my close friends, male friends, is got a lot of money, and I worry about him constantly because of it, because he does seem to get girls that are obviously out for that, you know. I suppose that's one comfort I don't have to worry about. No one's ever out for money where I'm concerned, because I haven't got fucking nothing. Literally, I've never had anything, but then I was always sort of quite happy that way, to be honest. There's been a spider in here making cobwebs. That's nice for me. Okay, that one goes there. That one goes there. And this one goes... No, it doesn't work like that. I've done the wrong side up, that's right. Oh God. Like that. Now I've got to put tape over these bits. But people are using people for anything, Claire. That's the thing. It's not just money. It's for anything you've got that you're willing to give. People will use you for it, because that's the way the human mind works. There's always the bad guys as well as the good. There's the ones that will give you their last penny, even if they've only got that penny. And well, obviously, if it's their last penny. But and then there's those that will give you nothing, even though they're a fucking rich bastard. You know, I've never had anything to give, but I've fed people, and like that's the sort of care that I give to the world, because I can't give money out. You know what I mean? I've always had like that bill to pay, or that kid needing a pair of shoes, or whatever. Yeah, grief, Steph. Me and John bickered up, brother and sister were bickering, not seriously about chicken mayo sandwiches, mimicking each other. And he went to wheelie bin, and I looked him out, and just this box. And quality stuff. Those relationships can be the best though, because they're very passionate as well, aren't they? Hang on, there's someone at the door. I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm back, guys. The boyfriend is here, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, exactly. Steph, you were there through the tough times. That's the thing about being in love, isn't it? You stick together through the shit as well as through the good stuff, you know? It's always nice when good things come along for everyone, but um, like I went from being like my parents were pretty well off. They had quite a lot of money. They were singers and stuff like that. And my choice of boyfriend for the first 10 years of my adult life was someone who wasn't going to work. He couldn't work because of mental health, but um, like his sort of aim was to have a council house and stay in that council house, and that there was never any ambition in him. And but I was quite willing to accept him as he was because I loved him. Obviously, after 10 years, it sort of got a bit grinding. Exactly, Steph. Yeah, I think that's why me and my kids get on so well now. Like, we won't let shit bring us down because of my health. You just realise, don't you, that, you know, there's so much more to be thankful for in this life. Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm a big one for the laughter as well, Steph. It has to be. I have to find comedy value in a partner. Very much me. Right. We're gonna go in with the hot glue. Yeah, shit. Grabbing that before I want to. Exactly, Steph. That's exactly it. As always, takes two to make it work, doesn't it? So I said, you know, I tried to explain to my kids that as much as I always wanted to give them everything in life, without two parents, you can't. It's just the way it is. Like, it takes two parents to raise kids. It really does, to give them everything that they need and deserve in life. And if one isn't going to bother, then the other one tries their best. But it's never going to be the same, is it, as what it would be if you're both working together at making a better life. It's not easy working and raising a family and everything as well either. It's something to be admired, that's for sure. I think when you work together, you can you can make anything work, can't you? You won't make your own circumstances work to your own advantages. You do the kitchen, you're still listening. Better. I'm craving Outlander. I'm like missing watching it. How about that? I get like that. I get well into shows, and I watch them several times over to make sure I get full value out of it. There's something in that Outlander about that actually, that the way it is that, you know, as hard as their life was living in that period of time where they had to forage for food and stuff like that, they're like, they loved each other and saw each other through it all. And I suppose that's the facts, isn't it? If you really are strong and in love, then you can get through anything, can't you? It's just that a lot of people mistake. They think they're in love, but they're not. But if they've got the right love, then taking tramadol, taking dihydrocodeine, ibuprofen. I got desperate, can't take paracetamol because my lip, but pain is still immense. Any advice? Hot and cold, Claire. Hot and cold are your best friends, mate. Ice packs, hot water bottles, Epsom salts in the bath. I use Epsom salts in almost every bath because they do actually benefit, in my opinion. Yeah, just like you've got to try and look towards other methods of pain relief than medication now, because you're not going to get it from medication, to be honest. Fibro, it's important to stay as active as possible. I know people hate it when I say that. People think that I'm being mean when I say that, but fibro, it is really important to stay active. It's the more active you can keep your body, the better your body will be with the suffering of fibro. Take care, Steph, darling. Have a good one. And love to the children. Yeah, at this point, you don't want to damage your liver any further. I'm not allowed to take ibuprofen or any anti-inflammatories, would you believe? RA is an inflammatory disease. A lot of autoimmune diseases are inflammatory by nature, and it sucked when I first developed it because I was like, you're telling me I can't take anti-inflammatories, but I've got a disease that's based in inflammation. But yeah, hot and cold was the main thing. I used to make homemade ice packs and everything for mine, which is if you just add water and half water, half, I think it's half. I have got a video on it. I think on my Crazy Life playlist, I've got a video on it, or helpful tips for living with rheumatoid arthritis, etc. It's like half and half of isopropyl alcohol and water, and then you put it in the freezer, and it doesn't ever quite freeze. It just stays slushy and cold, and that's the best way for you to have ice packs. And I used to sellotape them to my feet. My ankle's really hurting at the moment because I've been struggling with the RA recently. Yeah, definitely use Epsom salts. Stick some essential oils on the Epsom salts before you stick them in as well. Anything that's like frankincense is a great one for helping relieve symptoms of most autoimmune diseases and pain. Obviously, lavender is a blessing. Tea tree oil is always positive. Certainly, tea tree oil helps me prevent a lot of the infections and that can mess me up. Sorry, darling, I didn't mean to break your heart watching it. It's hard, like it's a story. There's something, again, in the Outlander, one of the blokes said, a story told is a life led, a life lived. And that's why I told my story, because I want to get out there before I died, like, and I felt like telling my story, and maybe being of some help to other people in my situation would make it okay that I've gone through what I've gone through. Like, it makes it worth its while, you know. Like, it's not just all the waste, all the pain, and that it's helped other people. You're allergic to lavender and tea tree, that sucks. What can cause bleeding in the kidneys? Yeah, I wouldn't want to take ibuprofen if I was you. To be honest, it's too risky. I'm not allowed to, take it because of my lungs. So, well, partly because of my lungs and partly because of other conditions. But you don't really want to antagonise your lungs with ibuprofen, and you don't want to antagonise your kidneys with it either. You've got to really, it's got to be finding ways to cope with the pain. Learning to pace yourself is important. Learning how to sort of do a little bit, then sit down, do a little bit, then sit down, do a little bit, then sit down. Don't push yourself to do like all the housework in a day, because it's not going to happen. You're just going to hurt yourself. But do little and often, because giving up and not doing anything won't make you feel any better either. Let's see, I'm going to put some glue along the edges of this. This glue gun's so much better. I love it. Let's see if we can get this on here. What's the popping? That's just fibro. That's you get all sorts of sensations with fibro. In all honesty, darling, pretty much any symptom can be put down to fibro, which is the frustrating thing with fibro, because they basically pile you off with it. Instead of taking any symptoms you might have quite seriously, they tend to be like, no, it's fibro, and other things can get ignored at that point. But yeah, pretty much every symptom that you'll get, you'll be like, yeah, it could be fibro that's causing those. I don't know if you've ever experienced what carpal tunnel feels like. Carpal tunnel syndrome in your hands, wrists. That's very much what, to me, fibromyalgia pain feels like. No, they don't really give you a great deal of information, unfortunately. They think that we're just going to go away and do our own research on these things. I do personally choose to, but not everybody wants to. There's a lot of people out there that have little clue about what's going wrong with their bodies. Like, certainly with RA, I found the amount of RA patients that have no idea that RA can damage your lungs and kill you. I find that shocking, but they don't tell you at first. They just tell you, don't you worry, we're going to get you on medication, and once you get on medication, everything will be a lot better. That's what they tell you when you first have RA. They don't tell you, by the way, it could affect your organs and you might die. But a lot of autoimmune diseases can actually affect organs. just a shame that people have to be so like disbelieving when you're trying to put it out there to help others, you know. People should know the truth about these conditions and what might be coming of them. I know I was pissed off that they didn't tell me when I found out the truth. I didn't put glue on the underside of this one, so I'm a bit pissed off about that. Stress makes everything worse with all autoimmune diseases and fibromyalgia. It's definitely worsened by stress, without a doubt. It's so easy to guide it on, and it doesn't dribble or anything afterwards. It's great. So like I can actually like use hot glue now and like get a much better seal than what I was. Oops. Take out any excess. I didn't glue there. Okay. Hang on, bear with me 2 seconds and I'll read your chat. Oops. Welcome back, Chaz. Yeah, I used to, Nelly. Since I've come off steroids, I don't get so much swelling in my. I used to get like my legs used to look like elephant legs, literally like really massively swollen. Hang on, let me read that message. So yeah, I used to get really bad swelling from edema, but not anymore. It's not always advisable to be taking water tablets either, is it? So, but yeah, once I came off steroids, I stopped getting so much of the water-based swelling. Now I just get the horrible, like rheumatoid swelling, which is more sort of like you can feel it inside, like in between the joints. Hi, Liz. Lovely to see you, darling. I get it like in between, like you can feel it in between the joints, the swelling. It's like squishy, like it's very strange to feel, but once you know what a rheumatoid joint feels like, you can tell quite well when you have a group. Have a little group. Ugh, tired, starting to fail. I want to get this finished though. I don't know how I'm going to get this in here without it being too difficult. Good, isn't it? I might have to take that off and pull it along here. And that. Oh, really? Are you sure you haven't got? Have you been checked for more blood clotting, Nelly? Because that sounds very much like blood clot symptoms again. Have they tested you? Are you taking aspirin? I would suggest you should be taking aspirin each day, a mini aspirin. That sounds like if it's in one leg like that, darling, I really think that might be a blood clot, and I think you should need to get that checked out. If it hurts like hell as well, get it checked for me, darling, because you know that's pretty dodgy. I need a coffee. I should have put the one at the back first, so as it was where it's meant to be. This thing's not holding my phone as well at the moment. See how it keeps drooping. Okay, it's getting loose. Really, Nelly, that's not good, babe. That's not good at all. I really don't like the sound of that. Do they reckon it's edema, like water swelling? Is that what they're thinking at the moment? That didn't work very well, did it? I think I might be better off with the craft glue, the tacky glue for that job, holding it in place. Yeah, That sounds really dodgy. Like that's what I would immediately think if I had that sort of swelling would be blood clot. Because of it being, if it's spreading to the other leg though, then that does suggest more something like edema. Okay, that goes like that. That goes like that. And that goes like that. Hang on, Gooch. Made a mess. Yeah, hot and cold areas are quite normal with fibro apparently. I'm not the best source of information on fibro, to be honest, because I feel like my fibro doesn't really do much harm to me, and except for when I'm really flaring with the RA, then the fibro will flare up. But most of the time, I could work through the fibro. I just can't with the RA and my back. My back tends to be really bad at times, but that can come and go. Like I'll have like electric shock pain in my back like 1,000 times in a day for months at a time, and then it'll go and it'll just stop for a little while and then comes back. Like I never know what's going to trigger it really. See, I had cellulitis going into lockdown, and my legs were very swollen, very very swollen. It's very painful as well, and like uncomfortable and itchy as well. I found my legs were like constantly. I was scraping. I thought I was starting to develop it the other day actually, but I think that's the heat more than anything. Hang on, Gooch. Hang on, Gooch. Hang on. Potassium. Yeah, that's weird. Claire. You get off by now. I would really like chase that up. If I was you, Nelly. Well, I probably wouldn't because I'm terrible for not doing what I should do medically, but I would recommend that anyone else in your circumstances would. Doxycycline's a good antibiotic, so I always have Doxy in the house at all times. And it will get rid of the, like I'm allergic to flucloxacillin, which is best for skin infections, one of the ones for skin infections. But Doxy is a good antibiotic. Oh God, Shad. It made me laugh, Liz. People trying to tell you about where I have and haven't been for the last however many years we've known each other. Like, oh, Kath is lying, Liz. She's not been in this community all that time. And it's like, you've known me the whole time. Like, Liz has been, I said this earlier on, Liz, and you weren't here, but Liz has been one of my friends for the longest out of everyone in the community. I've known Liz. Always stuck by me, always been close to me, always known who I am and what I'm like. And squealing tyres and shit outside. Pissing me off. Some of the first people that I befriended in this community who like added me on Facebook and stuff like that were Liz, Shaz, Jim, Chris Williams. I've spoken to all of them for years, do you know what I mean? And there's people sitting there going, oh yeah, you haven't been around, you don't know, you don't talk to anyone, you never knew Caroline. Pathetic. Like school playground stuff. Hey, Kirst, how's it going? Yeah, that's right. So far, I won't either. I make my opinion on people based on the way they interact with me and interact with other people in front of me, not based on anything anyone tells me about how I should or shouldn't see someone. Yeah, I haven't spoken to Chris for a long time, to be fair. I think he had got to that point where he was sick of the whole drama in the scene. It was a little while ago. I did speak to him on a different platform, which would suggest that he is sick of the scene on YouTube, probably. Oh no. Yeah, he might need a different one. There's a new scan for COPD. My main problems, like the infections at the moment, it seems to be that the doctors are most concerned about, and they are talking about putting me on a prophylactic antibiotic, which is like one on a daily basis every single day to try and stop me getting the infections that are fucking me up so much. I've got to go back and have more lung function tests because in case the last one was impacted by the infection that I got. That's next week. Since my son's now got a cold as well, so if these come back dodgy, they'll probably say, "Oh yeah, but you might have had your son's cold." So okay. Now I want to put some glue on here and get it to stick the lid on if I can, but I'm not really sure I can do it. I don't know how. Certainly don't think I can show you how I'm doing it, but we shall see. Right. Wish I had another set of hands. That would really help. Yeah, no, you mustn't say that. That's considered doxing. So you're not allowed to give out people's real names on here. Say hello. Hey, Boogie. Yeah, my baby. Yeah, you can get in trouble for saying things like that because there's a reason why people don't put out their real name on the internet. It's one of those little etiquette things that you will get used to the longer you're online, but it's just, quite important not to give out people's real names. About llama, you can't say someone's real name if they choose to keep it a secret. Then it shouldn't be given out online. It's called doxing. That's okay. You know now. As long as you learn, and it was deleted anyway, so it's all right. It's as long as it's just one of those things that you haven't quite learned yet about this, the rules of online stuff. But when people put people's private information out there, it's called doxing. That's what you'll see that term used a lot in all of this. Most people that choose not to put out their real details, it's because they've seen what the bullies can do. Yeah, it's like my son doesn't, and on Pocahontas and that, they don't like to put out their real name or their picture, because of seeing what has been done to me since I've put out my real information. It's not been good, has it? That's all right, darling. It's good that you've learned from us rather than learning from the wrong end of the, because it can cause a lot of trouble. Okay, I think that's about ready to go. See if I can get it to work. Is it going to break straight away? It's a high possibility of the lid not working, but we will see. Does it work? Not really. Not really. Because it takes it too far forward. And I don't want it like that. I see where I've done it wrong. I think I've put them on back to front, like, kind of, if that makes sense. Yeah. Duh. Oh, shit. I'm going to use paper brackets instead, or card brackets instead. It's a shame to have ripped it a bit, but never mind. Yeah, I kind of wish that I had always kept mine off. Oops. Just like destroying the fucking thing now. Yeah, it's too hot here at the moment. I'm not enjoying myself. I really couldn't breathe last night with it. It was horrible. Okay. I need brackets. Mind if I go and make a cup of coffee, guys? Because I'm well parched. And none of the kids seem to be coming downstairs to offer. Yeah, I always make the mistake of calling you by your actual name as well, babe. I'm so used to it, but yeah. Ow, my hand, I've got glue on it. Ah, oh my gosh. Okay. So, I need to do brackets going along here that are going to work. Yeah. Like doxing is actually against the law, although there's quite a lot of people on YouTube out there doing it just to cause trouble, but that's how it works, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can show you what I'm doing. I've got a bracket in here, and I'm going to get it slotted in there. Yeah, same, Sophie. I'd never do that. I've had Nikki's address the whole time that she's been hating on me, and phone number. I've never used it. One of those things, isn't it, Liz? It's been done a lot, unfortunately. Right. Right back up. And you've got to hold it down the middle first. Down. Coco, you have to wait a minute, mate. My body can't handle the heat either. I hate it. I'm really not enjoying it. But shouldn't have to be like that, though, should it? Nobody should feel like their private information is going to be put out there just to get one up on a YouTube drama. It will do, Kirst. It does mine as well. Got pots in it, Kirst. Posticular. I can't remember what it's called now. POTS. POTS. Tachycardic syndrome. Oh, good, Claire. That's good. I hope you don't get any side effects, bless. Oops, welcome back, Shandy. Ugly cats in and out like yo-yos. It's only like 4 of them that go out, and you'd think that it was all of them going in and out, the amount I get. Exactly, Nelly. It is very dangerous practice to be doing to anyone, isn't it? I just couldn't. And I've had quite a lot done wrong against me, but I still never put out Nicola's number or address or. Yeah, POTS is one of those ones. Mad condition. So seriously affects everything you do, doesn't it? Bless your cotton socks. Right. R.I.P. headphones. I need to go and get a coffee quick because I'm absolutely parched. Nope. Okay. I'm going to go and make a quick coffee and then I'll come back and stick the lid on. And that's pretty much ready to go. Yeah, my heart's tacky at the moment, but I think I might be getting sick again, so that's probably why. But since I've lost weight and everything, like my heart was constantly tachycardic last year and beforehand. I was just continuously tacky, and then now I'm I get a heart rate of about 69 on a normal day now, which is just bloody great. Brilliant for the way I was. Hi, the heart of Zany. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining in. I was just about to go and get a coffee, and now I'd be really rude if I go and get a coffee, won't I? Think that's good. That these will all hold paint tubes. I don't think I've got the paint tubes with me. I think they've gone upstairs. Yeah. Right. I'm going to mute it a second and just go and make myself a quick coffee, guys, because I deserve one. Yeah, I'm sure it's something to do with autoimmune disease, because obviously I come across POTS quite often in my research into my own conditions, and obviously because I've had symptoms of it, and I think most autoimmune diseases seem to have like the heightened blood pressure and pulse and that. Right, back in a sec. a lot. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh yeah, there. Excuse me, wow. How rude. Oops. Oh, look. I can't believe that they're making complaints about the idea of him being in part of a memorial. Yeah, agreed. So I came close over the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Not to killing myself, but to that edge where I just felt like I can't get away from this. They're never stopping. No matter what I do, they're never going to stop. Blah blah blah. But now I'm just like, well, they're never going to stop. So what's the point in trying? Yeah, no, it's not worth it. So if it's not worth getting, they'll just come at you. I hope not, Claire. I don't want you to break either. You know what I mean? You don't deserve it. You really don't deserve it. No one deserves it. They make out like they're the victims and everything, and it's not really. They're not, are they at all? Air bubble in this, driving me mental. Yeah, I feel the same, Nelly. It's worrying. I'm actually really concerned for his welfare at the moment, and to see someone that on the edge and then have them be ripped apart like that is just horrible. Like there is a time when you have to go, no, that's too much, and stop. Like as I said before, when Nicky New went into hospital with constipation, I might add, a big difference between constipation and not being able to breathe or whatever. But I was right in the middle of falling out with her, and she just turned against me with Sophie and that, not you, Sophie. And I said, oh, forget about it for now. And I checked up with her every day, how are you, and all that. Talked her through everything while she was in hospital because I was like, your health matters more than this drama at the moment. Forget about the argument for now. Just get better. But they just don't stop. It don't matter how far it goes or how badly they're affecting people. They just keep going and going and going. Of course, she won't sit there and tell you that I actually was there for her and stuff, will she? You'd think I was the devil incarnate the way she talks about me. Fountain's trickling. Needs water. I hate double-sided sticky tape or peeling the back ends off of double-sided stuff. go in there with that. Burnish that in. It's better. It sits where I wanted it to. I might do some rope on the side here to hold it together, but I don't know about that yet. But yeah, at least it folds. So you can pull the lid up, but it's also there to put bits on top. Ta-da! We've got A4 paper storage, A6 or A5, I'm not sure, 100% storage. Paint brushes and so on and so forth can go in these. And all her tubes of paint can go in round here. And anything she's using while it's in use can go up here. Ta-da! We've finished the job. I don't like the way it sits still. I'm not keen on the lid, but I'll see how she feels about it, because I might just take the lid off if I don't like it. But that's about it. I'm going to load it up with goodies. I might finish these edges off with some the tape, just to make it nice and secure. But other than that, I could also Mod Podge it. I might Mod Podge it to give it a bit of a waterproof coating. But that's the job done. Exactly, shares. Yeah, Northern by 11 forever. I'm not giving up no matter what. They do attack no matter what, but that's why you've got to just ignore them, because to give them what they want is just not worth it. You know what I mean? Don't let them win. Or a baby Yoda that you can turn inside out depending on your mood, and I found a Mickey Mouse widget popper. Oh, how cool. Yeah, it didn't used to be like this, Sophie. We did have a nice community at one point. There was always a bit of drama. But, yeah, I'm going to make a smaller version of one with grey board, craft board, to see for like makeup stuff, and see the difference of making things with the grey board compared to the foam core. Like the foam core is a lot more lightweight, whereas the grey board is much more heavy duty. This is the grey board, much thinner, but it's much harder and more solid. So, I know you're not going anywhere, Claire. I'm staying with you. just got to switch off, mate, and not worry about what they say. I try not to watch. Obviously, I get told things, but for the most part, I don't pay attention. That gets to them more than anything because they can't stand the thought that we don't actually care what they say about us. And I genuinely don't care what they say about me either. Like, it upsets me that it hurts my kids when they're going after me. But their opinion on me is not necessary. I don't give a fuck what they think about me. If they think I'm lying, they can think I'm lying. I don't care. I know that I'm not lying. It just shows who they are, the fact that they would go there. Like Lama said the other week, you know, and Lama's the first to criticise, but there's certain things you don't need to be arguing with people about online. You can't prove one way or the other if someone's actually ill or not. So it's not something you should bring into question, is it? There's a lot of things you can question people for, like their moral boundaries and stuff, but you don't actually need to question their health. Not until they start begging for money because they're going to die if they don't get it. Kirsty, you and your Fabulosa, babe. I'm going to buy you a big batch of Fabulosa stuff and send it to you one day, you know. For a birthday or something, maybe. It'll make you happy, wouldn't it? I have to send you some of my goodies too. You certainly deserve it. One of my long-standing supporters, always there. Aren't you, Kirsty? Cass is now an expert on oils now, I assure you. Yes, thank you, Claire. Claire gave me a load of information, which was really helpful. So I'm going to play with my oils again in the future and come up with some more concoctions. I want to get some sandalwood oil. Essential. I need to put that on my list. Oh no, Steph, that sucks, man. That's going to be a long time before he's back on his feet, innit? Yeah, stand all in your truth. Stand tall in your truth. I like that. Ugh. Let's take that there. I really curse. That's not good. Sometimes it's hard to get veins. Don't like being played with, do they? And then when I go into hospital and that, I end up with collapsed veins all over the shop. That's going to be a long while before he's back on his feet, innit, Steph? I'm going to take this one off because there's no point having it on now. Ta-da. Bless you. Oh my God, Steph. What happened originally to cause the foot problem? If you don't mind me asking, obviously you don't have to say. Hi, Coco. He's just sitting staring at me with his green eye. I'll have to get off in a minute. It's been 3 hours. Mind you, I took half hour with the kids. Sophie's been making some lovely cards the last couple of days, making me well want to get up and make cards. I brought this box of cards now. You know, we've got the I actually meant to get the white, but I ended up with cream anyway. But these are the smaller ones. A6, I think. These ones are, yeah, A6. So I thought I'd do like a couple of them in like the next couple of days. I want to try and do like a couple of cards at once. Excuse me, wow. And use up some of my old goodies. Hello, PJ. Thank you. Good to see you, darling. You're right. He fell over in the snow and snapped his tibia. Oh my god. Ugh. I remember you showing me what he had done, but good luck with that then, Steph. Hope it all goes okay. Sophie, you're a bit rusty, yeah, but I tell you what, each card that you showed me was getting better with each one. So just keep doing it. I'm definitely rusty on card making as well. I'm just getting used to it. Oh, good. Kirsty, I hate ants. I know I don't want to get it out of the back of my hand. Get it from my arms. So I'm really good at bleeding. I had blood taken the other day, and I'm surprised I don't have like constant scars there because I have it done so often. Because when I have the like when I'm having everything through IV, my veins end up collapsing. Oh, my legs are burning. I better get off anyway, guys. I was going to stay on for a bit longer, but I'm actually really worn out. Oh, my friend's got a new cat for her new house. Okay, I'm going to get off anyway. Well done, Kirsty. At least I got it then. Every 2 weeks. Is that for the checking for the blood clot, Nelly? I have mine done every month, like every 4 weeks. But recently I had to have like repeat done because of the fact that they were bad. My hair's gone completely blonde again. Like it's really just pink in it. I've got more of the dye to do it again, but I just can't be bothered at the moment. I haven't, like the last couple of weeks, I really haven't felt like bothering at all. I've been a bit down, but I will get on with it. I love you guys. Love you, Claire. Thank you ever so much for joining in, guys. I do appreciate it. As always, love you lots. Right. Is anyone else on tonight other than the usual dickheads? Let's see. You take care, darling. Love you, Liz. Much love to everyone. I'm going to cut it off there, guys. Love ya. See you later. Bye.